That's what it takes to win these matches and try and take down these big titles.
The tour over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, AJ, a lot more limited time on, you kind of seem like maybe there's some players on a certain level that...
Oh, how the Mickey Krause match finished. We did even better by showing it to you there, and he is now through, so David O'Kady. It was the opportunity of a lifetime for those guys, and some responded to it better than others through and win. But there must be guys looking at the draw and thinking, okay, these are all good players, but there's nobody really standing in my way. How do they respond to having a big opportunity to really go deep in one of these events, an opportunity that they might not normally have?
Got a lot of power, though. Good touch. And you look at...
As well was the other one, so very good point.
Yeah, and, Mackinnon, right, he was kind of...
Duong Quoc Hoang hasn't been to a big semi-final yet, but he's been in some big quarter-finals, trying to claim a last 16 spot. And he's off to a decent start in that quest. AJ Manis...
Bust out there. Really doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses when it comes to... on the rail, I think he gets this back. Use the cue ball off the cushion. He didn't leave it much off
front of the cue.
Surprised he's taking this. Nice, hit it super thin. So AJ's going to have... Like, what's the kid's name from Germany that's so good? Vogels, right? And is also so... Which is a different kind of feeling than an underdog. We've seen that before with Manis. He's definitely ready to be out here with the big boys, I think.
Yeah, and in any sport, you're always looking for new stars to come through. Just looking at their ability to play. It's everything else about them. The way they play, the style, in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. And, didn't get to talk to him a ton there. Sharp young man, and a really good young man.
Certainly a very good player. And he's levelled in the early stages of this match at 1-0.
Man, he's picked up the speed since the PLP. So this is a more comfortable way to play the ball. Stay here in Telford. It's really awesome weather, and maybe a hair bouncy because of this or that, but no complaints this week with the weather so perfect.
I think you were very
in a better mood. Everyone feels better about things when the weather's so nice. Now, this shot got awfully odd from nowhere. I thought it was missable. He tried to attack with outside. And
Dean Shields from Manchester, who, of course, beat him in his home country at the Hanoi Open back in October. And it was the other way around this time. Duong coming through 10-8. And here he is in the last 32.
Hold it. Fully, and just take your chances leaving something long. A year or so, but I think he's back and he's better. And a great shot there with the jump cue. What I was talking about earlier, there's Duong took that down, and that kind of field are the type of players you got to beat once you get to this final 64 to win these majors, and a field compared to one of these majors.
Yeah, he was back in Glasgow last week to defend that Scottish Open title. But that's not quite as early an exit as it will be in one of these events, because it was only a 16-man single elimination phase.
All the ball here.
And looks to be playing well.
He was in a few battles to survive, from what I remember, on the one-loss side of the early rounds of this event, so he's just become a real seasoned, a lot of talent.
Now that's table 5, Loh Ho Sung, someone who you might have made him favourite against, Imran Majid. And if this falls nicely for the table, Duong off to a very good start.
Yeah, that's stacked.
2 drawing ones in a row for DQH. In the last 64 of the Hanoi Open last year, to get through to the last 32, and almost went down 10-9.
And all players have their own pace one thing all of us can take from this young man is he doesn't worry about the simple ones. You know what I mean? Like stress about all shots. And when you don't allow that to happen, when you do get in that stress so high and intense between the ears, which definitely affects the back arm.
Yeah, and he's got that youthful scars in his past, and yeah, it's reflected in his manner around the table and the way he plays. And well, that's managed to stay. Duong not getting away with the dry break this time. AJ Manis closes to 1 behind.
Yeah, this table's been awfully stingy on the one. Not so much with the cue ball. Always felt like Comino had, of course, being younger and whatnot and still trying to keep it between the ears. But I also like that player that doesn't mind showing how upset they are about a loss and whatnot. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, they have a different thing with names in Spain. It's something to do with the names of both of the families that you've come from, both your parents.
Yeah, a bunch of youngsters playing in this round. Of course, game's getting younger, it seems like every sport.
Really easy, don't they? Manis just glides around the table, and Duong sort of ambles around the place a little bit, almost like he's not really even thinking about what deal easier than we know it certainly is. And this has been a good start from Duong Quoc Hoang. So he's exploited it just as much as he did in the opening rack, and so we now have multiple racks in it for the first time.
Sam Henderson, good shout out to him making that final 64. Constantly building on that game. I know he didn't have Duong and Manis. I don't know if there's going to see how it unfolds.
Steyer's one of those guys who, if he was playing team sport,
pro sport, there's players that always get questioned. Oh, why are they starting? Why are they on the bring every time? And Tyler's kind of one of those, and that's why to me, and unless someone shows otherwise, he's a hard to get enough on it to move the cue ball out. Oh, sweet stroke, elevated over the 9. That one will make you feel good.
Looking for 10 racks to get through. Impressive fashion. And with his first break and run, indeed, the first break and run from either player.
You guys make it easy to overlook.
Yeah, it went so close to a place in the World Championship final.
Double kissed it, may fluke it. Lost the mark on the shot itself. Miscue, it sounded like. Did he leave a gap at the third? And he's so good when he elevates the cue. It's amazing, really.
How many times?
Table, but I tell you one thing he does better than most is he stays real still when he elevates that cue, and that makes a huge. It's got to be that way just because I kind of feel like Manis has the mentality, I don't care what the score is.
Back in October, he won both of his doubles and one of his singles. He actually had a chance to clinch the cup for Asia. Fell to MVP Aloysius Yap to clinch it in the next match against FSR.
Corralling around this man at the table right now had a big part on them coming together as a team, especially after really helped that team to an easy win.
Yeah, they were 4-0 up in that opening team match. Europe came back to win 5-4, but that in no way set the tone.
Down on his last. Nice. I think figured out the speed a little better, and he's going to get a look at the. Yeah, it seemed like every match that week at the Spanish Open was hill. It was truly amazing.
Wanted to punish us by keeping us in there as long as possible. But it was a great tournament, won by Dang Jinhu. Double bill.
And Lugo is a beautiful city. I mean, just. It was easy to stay there anyways, but sometimes you have back-to-back events. That's just a beautiful shot. You talk about.
Yeah, he had those couple of quarterfinals year before last, but didn't really build on it in one of these matchroom events in 2024 and didn't go any further. Ended his run there. But he's already at a quarterfinal this year at the European Open. what he might do here in Telford this week, because he's playing really well, and with his second break and run in the last 3 racks, he can get a foothold, can turn this around, and maybe it's going to come here. Well,
corner off the red 3. Yeah. Very good experience, to be honest. Oh, no. 4 doesn't pass. So he's coming across for the combination.
Well, this would be a very nice... And AJ Manus. Finally 2 down, but he has just taken rack 10. But needed to build on it with the 1 in the side.
Killed the ball a bit for the 2. Wants to fall here underneath it. Stun. I'm going to need a friendly bump. Think he'll get it. The lay's pretty decent. Like this. Speed controls.
Well, this is turning into just about as good a during that run to the quarterfinals in Sarajevo back in March. Beat him in winners qualification, and then after hoping to...
Seen. Always plays steady, but I just feel like he looks really comfortable.
So Manus' attempted comeback has been stopped in its tracks very quick. Duong breaking with an 8-3 lead. He's made the 1.
Gotta nip this behind the 3. I'm wrong. Take it. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, an easy missed ball. Oh, watch out for the 9. If it clips. Yeah, he's going to get this 8-9. And tell you what else he needs to do. He needs
earlier today for defending champion Robbie Capito.
A huge shot there from Duong. All that. Make a little easier, a little more comfortable.
Looking so likely now.
Yeah, really. Besides the break shot, which has cost Manus 2 scratches, of course, that you can't out of the Vietnamese star.
And that is now 6 of the last 7 racks. He's been out on the main table.
Play to get to this 9-3 score. And in return, this is what AJ has given up.
Controlled the match.
Time. Yeah. Oh, okay, got it down.
Been completed. Max Lechner winning that hill finish against Wang Hung Sang. Lechner, another player who... But perhaps, the way he's playing here, the ambition may be for...
I finally gave one up. Didn't expect it there, but...
Pen the last rights for this match. Manus looks as though he's going to extend it here. Duong has done very little wrong in this match. He did something wrong there, though, and he's paid the price for it. So, Manus, AJ Manus is battling to stay in it.
Pushing out to some type of real first shot. Won a lot of times. Did real well unless he catches the point. Pure stroke there to draw off the 6.
But if he can continue to play like this, who's to say it
really
won't be his...
On the 4, 2 rails for the 5. Is that enough speed? It's got to go a little bit. Yes, it is.
The previous rack, but was very much at odds with what we've seen from him throughout the day, but hold on. Let's see.
This is short. Looks like AJ still got life. Hold up. So Duong's going to get a pretty easy shot at the 8.
Well, as I said, I think we expected a close one here, and it looked as though we were going to get it when Manus was aiming one of those coveted last 16 spots, and the first of them has gone to Duong Quoc Hoang. He defeats AJ Manus